Hello, I'm Neda Muhammad and this is my design journey of my final major project, Self-Initiated Brief. The brief. The brief asks to create a logo and a brand identity for a new cafe in Istanbul, combined with an integrated marketing campaign. The cafe is specialized in breakfast that mixes Western and Turkish cuisines. The result should reflect the brand USP and the message to the target audience. The research. I started my research by brainstorming ideas and creating a mind map that includes all my initial thoughts. Then I created a SWOT analysis where I listed the strengths, opportunities, weaknesses, and threats of the project. I then started my competitors' research where I gathered different logos and designs. After that, I visually analyzed the three main ones. The target audience research. I started by researching the perfect age range, where I found out that the number of international students in Istanbul is increasing every year. I then created the STP and the personas to clearly identify the perfect target audience of the project. After that, I started brainstorming ideas and created different mind maps. Logo mind map, names mind map, and finally a marketing campaign mind map. The design problem. The problem the brief identifies is the design language that most cafes in Istanbul use. Most cafes use designs that speaks either to the local citizens or international separately. Therefore, the problem could be identified to solve two main aspects. One, communicating a mix of cuisines as a single visual idea. Two, communicating the project to a diverse international audience who may not be sufficiently familiar with the Turkish or the Western styles. The objectives. As a result, the current proposal suggests a concept for locals and international citizens and primarily speaks to students as the target audience. The proposal suggests to create a logo design that includes clear icons such as the glass of Turkish tea, which reflects the Turkish culture, and a cup of coffee to reflect the Western culture. To create a brand identity that works with the logo concept and reflects the cafe's mixed breakfast. To develop an integrated campaign that invites the target audience to a mixed cultural cafe using posters and social media posts. Response to the brief. The initial logo idea. The logo idea is to mix the glass that Turkish people use to drink tea, chai, and the coffee mug icons to create a logo that speaks to the target audience. Furthermore, the color palette and the visual identity will work together to reflect this concept. And to visualize the idea, I started sketching different logos using the main elements in different angles and shapes. Then brainstormed slogans, experimented with different typefaces, and color palettes. I then came up with the initial campaign idea. This or That is a campaign that will focus on highlighting the essential idea of the cafe. The campaign will include social media posts that will present photos of different drinks and breakfast sets, Western and Turkish, and ask the audience what they prefer by this or that questions. The blog. I created a blog using WordPress.com to track my work and gather feedbacks to improve the work during the design process. After the initial ideas, I started questioning the assumptions to gather different concepts and ideas. Then I created a visual research workbook where I gathered the variety of sources and visual references that are interesting and have similar topics. As a result, I came up with the new logo ideas and sketched different concepts and styles. I then updated my blog. Creating the cafe logo. I began by sketching the main elements in different angles and styles. Then moved into the digital phase, where I experimented the idea with different approaches to evaluate and compare. I then moved to experimenting with different fonts and applied a variety of font compositions to the preferable logo. Then experimented with different colors. After that, I applied the preferable logo into different backgrounds to test its visibility, color contrast, and the visual appearance. Then I finalized the logo. Creating the cafe's menu. I started by sketching layouts and experimenting with different design styles. Creating the integrated marketing campaign. The campaign's name is This or That. The campaign will have two phases, a teaser phase to excite the audience and the second phase to reveal the project service and logo. The campaign will use social media and primary Instagram posts. And to create an integrated campaign, I plan to add bus posters and stands that will be distributed in university yards and buses. The posters will have a QR code to link the target audience to the social media platforms. Experimenting the posters with different layouts. The social media. For the social media, I wanted to create interaction between customers and the cafe platform. As a result, the idea was to use photos that customers took when visiting the cafe. Each customer can set as a picture of their favorite dish, and the image will be posted with their name on it. This technique would create loyalty and make customers feel they are in their place. The updated pitch. After updating my responses, I created the presentation pitch. Finalizing the visual identity and the marketing campaign. The logo and the visual guidelines. Here is the final logo, the final visual brand identity, the final icons design, the final menu design. Here are the two phases of the final marketing campaign, implemented in bus stops and university walls. I also designed a chalkboard stand. And finally, the Instagram posts. Thank you.